Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 31 team selection video with me, Holly Shand. It's a really tight turnaround to the midweek deadline with a big injury to deal with as well. Help me get this one to 500 likes and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Starting off with how my FPL Gameweek 30 went then, and it was a very welcome green arrow, having seen a dismal Gameweek 29 all the way through the international break. I ended up taking a -4 hit because I decided that I would rather sell Saka than Son as my route to Salah. So Salah came in, Bowen was downgraded to Palmer, and I had to make an additional transfer to afford it, which was Tony down to Solanke. Now, very pleased that all three players that I transferred in gave me goals. I've obviously got Palmer as well, thinking in mind to the doubles later in the season for Chelsea. Chelsea with the most fixtures still to play. I obviously captained Salah as well, which felt like the right decision, but maybe unlucky to not get more returns from him. I think he had the most shots in that game that he's ever had in a single Premier League game, 12. 3 big chances on goal, just the 1 goal though. No bonus either. Denied a penalty, probably should have got the assist for the first goal. Another assist ruled out for offside as well. So I'm pleased that I went brave with the captaincy. It's probably something that I need to continue to do because I am chasing, but very pleased to have Salah in my side given this week's fixture as well. I had really low hopes for the defence because my defence isn't in the greatest shape at the moment. So to come away with clean sheets for Gabriel and Pau Torres and unlikely circumstances felt like a win. Flecken lost his clean sheet late on, but he did get me a save point. Son delivered a double-digit haul as well. Watkins picked up an injury though. Richarlison was benched, came on for a 1-pointer, which blocked a Barkley assist on my bench as well. So a few things that didn't go my way, but certainly welcome green arrows, and hopefully I can continue this run among the season running. As I mentioned then, it is a midweek deadline. The deadline comes on Tuesday at 6 p.m. UK time. Do not miss it. I've got 1 free transfer. I've got absolutely nothing in the bank. And we've got Watkins, who was subbed at half-time against Wolves because of a hamstring injury, currently yellow flagged. Villa play again on Wednesday, so we could hear from Unai Emery with an update on his fitness before the deadline. I should imagine he'll have a presser on Tuesday afternoon. If he does, I'll be live with the press conference stream to cover that one. But Watkins has now blanked in 3 consecutive games. Aston Villa have City and Arsenal in the next 3 game weeks and do not double before the end of the season. They've also got Liverpool to play as well. So I guess a lot of managers were looking for an excuse to sell Watkins, and this injury kind of justifies it given the quick turnarounds between the deadlines. So I think it's fine to sell Watkins now, and it is a move that I'm prepared to make this week. The difficulty is knowing where I go in terms of a replacement. I do need to look ahead. I am planning to free hit in game week 34. So I do need to be mindful that my free transfers do need to cater for the fixtures coming up in 36, potential double in 35 or 36, and then double in 37. So Alexander Isak is currently looking at me as a decent replacement because Wilson's out injured. So providing Isak's fit, he's set for a run in the side, which is good to see. He's on pens. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist in 4 starts since returning from injury. Encouragingly, played 90 minutes in the last 2 games as well. And you look at the fixtures, Everton at home, Fulham away next. My only concern is that by the time Newcastle double in probably game week 37, Wilson could be back. So, and especially with Isak's injury record, I'm not sure I can confidently buy him for his next final 9 games and stick with him till the end of the season. The other option that's caught my eye is Liverpool's Darwin Núñez. He's a player who he's got Sheffield United at home this week, which is pretty nice. He doubles in 34, which will be when I'm free hitting anyway. 1 goal, 1 assist in his last 4 game weeks for him. Probably a bit below his standards, but he's a player that could really explode on his day. Only Haaland has had more shots and more big chances among forwards this season, which just goes to show, exactly what Darwin Núñez is capable of. So I am tempted to go there. I guess the other thing that I could do is take the injury to Watkins as an opportunity to switch back into a 3-5-2 from a 3-4-3, but with only one free transfer, I don't really want to take a hit second week in a row. It did pay off last week, but only just, so I need to be mindful of that. Team selection time then, and looking at my goalkeepers, I've got Flecken at home to Brighton or Kaminski away at Arsenal. I think it's pretty easy to tell which fixture's the best one in there, so Flecken gets the nod between the sticks. Looking at the defence, I'm going to bench Pau Torres away at City. Alfie Doughty flagged once again with a knock. Arsenal away. I'm going to bench him as well, which means that my best three defenders for this week are Branthwaite away at Newcastle, Reguilon back in after his suspension at home to Brighton, a double up there actually on the Brentford defence, and Gabriel at home to Luton, my sole Arsenal representative in this fixture, which is a bit scary. I said that this week I want to bring in another Arsenal defender. I can't get there in one move. So that's got to be on the back burner because I don't really want to invest in Kiwior long term either. No Arsenal attackers. I've got Palmer at home to Manchester United, who I'm absolutely fine to back in that fixture, given he spent so many years at City and given his current form as well. Doubled up on Spurs midfielders with Son and Richarlison. It's been a long hold for Richarlison, but hopefully he'll get his first start since game week 25 away at West Ham. And Salah at home to Sheffield United is a pretty mouth-watering fixture. Doubled up on the Liverpool attack now with Darwin coming in for Watkins for that game. And it's home comforts across my front line with Solanke at home to Crystal Palace and Haaland at home to Aston Villa. Barkley, my first sub with Arsenal away. Now, when it comes to captaincy, there's probably two names in the frame here. We've got Haaland and Salah. Haaland has struggled for form a little bit in his last few games, hasn't scored or delivered a single goal involvement in his last two games. He was a player that did very well against Villa last season, but did blank in the reverse of this fixture back in game week 15. I feel like I'm chasing though, and Salah, he's performed so well against Brighton. He was unlucky to come away with just the goal. Sheffield United at home, probably the best fixture on the fixture schedule. Sheffield United, bottom of the league, conceded the most goals this season. Really struggling for form right now as well. You look at how Arsenal delivered that emphatic 6 goals against them just a few game weeks ago. I've got to chase, I've got to back Salah. So it is going to be Salah captain, Haaland vice-captain, but low expectations this week. These midweek game weeks don't tend to be the best in terms of the ceiling of FPL points, so hopefully I can get through it and get 11 out and get some returns. Get your dilemmas in for FPL Gameweek 30 then. I will be answering comments on this video, and if you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching.